This is the story of the Goblin and the Tailor. A young boy named Jack was sitting in his tailor shop minding his own business, which was making jackets and trousers for the farmers who lived nearby. Jack was working away quietly. His needle was going in and out, when all of a sudden the door banged open. In came a big man. "My name is MacDonald," he said in a loud voice. "Yes, I know," said Jack. "Everyone knows MacDonald, the richest landowner in Scotland." "I'm looking for a tailor," said MacDonald. "You're looking at a tailor," said Jack. "You? A tailor?" said MacDonald. "You're too young to be a tailor. Why, you're just a lad. Who taught you to sew?" "My father taught me to sew," said Jack. "He taught me to be the best tailor in Scotland, the best and the bravest." "The best," said MacDonald. "We will soon see about that. I want a pair of trousers made out of this velvet cloth. Can you cut them out, sew them up, and bring them to me tomorrow morning? Bring them to my castle at Saddle." "Tomorrow morning," said Jack, "you will have the finest trousers in Scotland." Jack measured the rich man. Then he sat up all night cutting and sewing, and in the morning he knocked at the castle gate and brought MacDonald a fine pair of trousers. MacDonald tried on the trousers and looked in the mirror. "Perfect," he said. "Yes, I know," said Jack. "My father taught me to sew. He taught me to be the best tailor in Scotland. The best and the bravest." "The bravest," said MacDonald. "We will soon see about that. I need a new jacket to go with these trousers. Now I dare you to make it tonight in the graveyard." "Do you mean that old graveyard on top of the hill?" asked Jack. "People say it is haunted by goblins and monsters." "So it is," said MacDonald. "And if you will sit there tonight till you finish my jacket, I will give you a big bag of gold, and I'll know that you are the best tailor in Scotland, the best and the bravest." "And what if a goblin gobbles me up? What if a monster drags me under?" said Jack. "Then I'll have to look for another tailor," said MacDonald. When night came, away went Jack the tailor to the top of the hill, about half a mile from the castle. When he came to the old graveyard, Jack chose a big flat gravestone to sit on. He lighted his candle, he put on his thimble, and he set to work on the jacket. In and out went his needle, and all the time he was thinking of the big bag of gold MacDonald would give him. Listen, what was that? All of a sudden, Jack feels the ground shaking under his feet. He looks all around him, but he keeps on sewing. In and out goes his needle, and there, just behind him, a great ugly head is sticking out of the ground. From the head comes a deep voice saying, "Do you see this great head of mine?" "I see that, but also this," says Jack, and he sews away at the jacket. In and out goes his needle, in and out. Now the ugly head sticks up higher until its neck is showing above the ground. The deep voice speaks again, "Do you see this great neck of mine?" "I see that, but I'll sew this," says Jack, and he sews away at the jacket. Now the head and neck come up higher still, till the goblin's great shoulders and chest are above the ground. The deep voice says, and it sounds as loud as thunder, "Do you see this great chest of mine?" "I see that, but I'll sew this," says Jack. In and out goes his needle, in and out. And still the great goblin keeps coming through the ground higher and higher. Now he shakes a great pair of arms in Jack's face. "Do you see these great arms of mine?" "I see that, but I'll sew this," says Jack. In and out goes his needle, in and out. Jack has no time to waste. He begins taking bigger stitches. While Jack the tailor is making his stitches bigger, he sees the great goblin coming out of the ground slowly, slowly. Now it lifts out a great leg. The goblin stamps its leg on the ground and says in a roaring voice, "Do you see this great leg of mine?" "Yes, yes, I see that, but I'll sew this," cries Jack, and he begins sewing so fast and taking such big stitches that he is just finishing the jacket when the goblin begins to pull its other leg out of the ground. But before it can get its foot out, Jack has finished the jacket. Jack blows out a candle, jumps down from the gravestone, and runs out of the graveyard with the jacket under his arm. The goblin gives a loud roar. He stamps his great feet and runs after Jack. Down the hill they run, both of them, but Jack has a head start, and when he thinks of that big bag of gold, he runs even faster. At last he reaches the castle. Jack runs inside the castle gate and slams it shut. Just in time, too. Here comes the great Goblin. Roaring with anger, he strikes the wall above the gate and leaves the mark of his 5 great fingers. You can see them to this day if you look close enough. But that is all you will see of the Goblin, for he went away and was never seen again. As for Jack the tailor, he got his big bag of gold, and from that day on the rich landowner MacDonald had all his clothes made by the best tailor in Scotland. The best and the bravest.